Now, just like twin profiles make our lives a lot easier because they allow us to handle multiple sections as if they're a single ID. In a similar way, if I were to, for example, double click on this column, uh, we mentioned that this normally it would come out as a normal thing, normal profile, and then you have the option of selecting twin, but then you also have the option of selecting a built up section. And a built up section is very similar to a twin section as far as behavior is concerned, but it's different in the sense that twin profiles all need to be composed of the same section, whether they use twice or four times or any other number of times. That is not the question. That is not the criteria. The criteria is that the same section needs to be repeated. With the built-up option, the sections can change as well. So if I choose built-up and say apply, let's see what it's done. It's first of all, if you, with the twins, it created a tab called twin over here, but this time it's going to create a tab called built-up. So let's see what it's done first of all. If you notice, it's created a cross column. Let me just hide this so that it doesn't get in the way. It's created a cross column, and this cross column is composed of an I section, which is this one. You can see it from the continuity of the lines over here. And then two T sections, one T section on this side and one T section on this side. But the good thing is that you can select it as a single profile, just like we did with the twins. And you can select it and you can press Control Q and it's going to be rotated. You can select it and press Control Q again and it's going to be brought back like that. So now let's go in and see what options we have. Let's double click on that, pull this to the side, go to the built up tab over there, and we see that it's got several types. It's got type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types which you can make. Let's go to type 1. Type 1 is basically an eye profile with a channel sitting on top of it with a strengthening plate at the bottom. And then you can write down, so you can say the eye profile should be IPE 400 and the channel sitting on top should be UPE 400 and the plate thickness at the bottom should be 10 millimeters and this distance from the side should be 10 millimeters as well. So if I press OK, you can see that it has created a section like that. And once again, this section also can be rotated, can be given offsets, just like as if it was a single section. Let's go back in there. Type 2 we just saw. Type 2 was a cross column. Type 3 is basically a back-to-back channel which has been strengthened with plates all along. So you have the main section. Then you've got a plate thickness on both sides. And that is basically what this is what it looks like. The strengthening plates is not like a batten plate, which, you know, intermittent batten plate, but it's like it goes all the way to the bottom. So you can model that as a single profile as well. Like I said, all the single part drawings and etc. will be done correctly as if they were actually entered separately. But what it allows you is to modify them as a single entity, which is really what you want. Type 4 is a face-to-face thing, basically the same thing with the channels coming face-to-face. Type 5 is a half cross column, so it's got an basically an eye profile and then a T profile from one side only. Then we have type 6, which is an eye profile which has been strengthened with plates, and a type 7, which is an eye profile which has been strengthened with plates along the web. So these are the different options which you have with the built up. Let's go to type 2 again. Like that. Let's make this one IPE 500 and like that, and let's go to the T's and choose a different T. For example, if I can find a more appropriate T over here, one of the half IPEs would be nice. The T's which are created by cutting IBEs into half. That's going to make it a bit better looking like that. And I can say okay, and then I can, for example, I could just select this and copy from here to here, so you get a copy of the same like that. Now, the good thing about these built-up profiles and the twin profiles is that your macro, for example, if I go to my splice macros, the macros also will work with them as if, so there's a cross splice macro. If I just select the bottom column in one go, although there are 3 profiles in there, and the top column in one go, I can create a splice macro, a splice connection around them in a single go, as if they were just single profiles. The same holds for twin profiles. I can create twin profile splice connections if the connection supports it, of course. But when it does support it, then creating the connection becomes a lot easier as well. So using both twin profiles and built-up profiles really makes your life very easy in COMOSYS.